Hello, kids.
See? He's a Mr. Rude.
We're back again.
We're back again.
What are we reading, Amber?
Mr. Rude.
Mr. Rude?
Yes.
You sure about that? Little Miss Bossy.
Little Miss Bossy.
Bossy, good. Can you write down there?
Yeah.
You finished itching your bum?
No, because my bits just hurt.
Okay. Well, we'll wait for you then, yeah?
On it.
Good, let's turn around then. Want to turn around?
No. No thank you, no thank you.
We need to turn around, darling.
Well, I can see kids over there.
No, turn around as we normally do, please.
They're touching my bits. Scratch, scratch, scratch. I can't whistle.
Well, you will be able to whistle when you're older.
Yeah.
Can you finish doing that now, please?
Okay.
Okay, come on. Right. We're back again.
We're back again.
And tonight,
Can I show them? Because it's my sweet. And I got a melon this week.
for being...
Good. And I eaten... What did I have for dinner?
You had meatballs and pasta.
I eaten 2 pastas. One pasta.
Can I help you unwrap it, darling? Let me just show... Let me just show you. Look, it's so easy. You don't have to rip it. Just untwist it.
Okay.
Okay, you can do the rest. And then just peel it off like that. Else we're going to have little bits of paper everywhere. See? Look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
It's hard today.
Is it? What were we talking about? What were we saying to them?
Look, what does this mean? Can't remember.
Right. Let's put her legs down and they can see. This is a story about
Up and down, up and down, up.
This is a story about Little Miss Bossy and the magic word. Now, I've got some magic words. If Mummy or Daddy say, what's the magic word?
Please.
Yes, what's the magic word? What's the magic word?
Please.
And thank you.
Okay.
Good girl. Little Miss Bossy is bossy. She's bossier than the bossiest person that you know. She's also very rude. Nearly as rude as Mr. Uppity, which is very rude indeed. She never says please, and she never says
Thank you.
thank you. Look at her shouting. Oh, sorry, darling, what did I do? Oh, sorry, darling, you okay? Let's see your eye. Which one? Which one? This one? Oh, sorry, let me rub it.
Oh.
Sorry, darling. You've got to be careful with these books. They've got sharp corners, haven't they? She never says thank you. Look at her. She's shouting at Winnie. Ready? Ready, Amber? Winnie, Winnie, Winnie. You okay? Like the time she met Mr. Sneak. sneezed Mr. Sneeze. Stop sneezing, ordered Miss Bossy. I can't. I can't help it, said Mr. Sneeze. Oh, nonsense, said Miss Bossy. You're making it up. It was like the time she met little Miss Chatterbox. Good morning, said Miss Chatterbox. Lovely day, isn't it? Do you know, I was just thinking, before I left the house and I went up, be quiet, she said. Wasn't very nice, was it? And it was like the time that she tripped over Mr. Small. You're too small, said Miss Bossy. Grow up. I can't, said Mr. Small. Then get out of my way, ordered Miss Bossy. Look, he's been kicked, hasn't he? Ow! Don't like it. Poor Mr. Sneeze. Poor little Miss Chatterbox. And poor Mr. Small. It was Mr. Small who decided that something just had to be done. They weren't going to put up with this any longer. He went to see little Miss Magic. And once he had explained the problem to her, she agreed to teach Miss Bossy a lesson. And I think I just know how to do it, she replied. The next day, little Miss Bossy bumped into Mr. Greedy. You're too big, she cried. You go and lose some weight, you fatty. Prodding him in the stomach like that.
Ow. Oh.
I know, that's what she's done. At the same time, though, little Miss Magic, who'd followed Miss Bossy, muttered a very magical word. And do you know what happened?
Mm-mm.
Of course you don't. But you do now. Who are you calling big? Laughed Mr. Greedy. You ought to take a look at yourself. Little Miss Bossy was completely lost for words. As soon as Mr. Greedy had gone, Miss Magic muttered some more magic words, and Miss Bossy returned to normal. She went so big, didn't she? See her? She's like a balloon. Further down the lane, Miss Bossy passed Mr. Cheerful's gate. He was painting stripes on his house to cheer it up. That looks ridiculous, snapped Miss Bossy. Paint over those stripes straight away. Little Miss Magic whispered the very magic words again. Mr. Careful started to chuckle. You ought to take a look at yourself, he laughed. Look at her. She's all stripy.
No, she's
Yeah.
he's a girl.
Miss is a girl. You're right. Miss Bossy did. She was covered in stripes from head to toe. From her hiding place, little Miss Magic smiled to herself.
Yeah, that's Mr. Small's hat.
It looks like it, doesn't it, darling?
Yeah.
Next, she met little Miss Splendid. Oh, what a stupid hat, she said.
Not now to say stupid.
She does in this story, darling.
Oh, don't say it here.
Okay, sorry. Oh, look at that silly hat. Go and put something more sensible on. Miss Magic uttered the magic words again, and I'm sure you can guess what happens. There's Winnie again. Winnie, Winnie, Winnie. Speak for yourself, said Miss Splendid, bursting into laughter. And for the third time that day, little Miss Bossy was completely lost for words. Look how big that hat is. It's like this. It'd be like this big on you, darling, wouldn't it? Just then, Mr. Small came along. Having a nice day? He asked. Mind your own business, Pipsqueak, snapped Miss Bossy. And who are you calling me, Pipsqueak? Said Mr. Small.
When I get some wake up, when I have a sleep,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell Mummy you poked these sharp things in my eye.
You're going to tell Mummy that I poked you in the eye with the book?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want Daddy to do that later?
No.
You want to tell her in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Haven't you learnt your lesson yet? Look what's happened to her. She's gone as small as Winnie. Even smaller. Winnie. Winnie.
But he's a tiny bit big. Mr. Small
Yeah, but he's still tiny. Yeah, but she, little Miss Bossy, is even smaller than Mr. Small.
Well, Mr. Small was like that.
Yeah. Well, she's like this. Miss Magic came out from hiding behind the tree where she'd been hiding. Oh, it's you, squeaked Miss Bossy. Turn me back into my proper size. Well, you have to say the magic word, replied Miss Magic. Abracadabra, said Miss Bossy. No. Alakazam. No. That's not the magic word I was thinking of. I'm sure you know what the magic word is, but it took Miss Bossy quite a long time to think of it. Please, she said. And did she learn her lesson? Well, she learnt one lesson. Little Miss Bossy is still just as bossy as ever. But at least she now says please. Go to sleep, please. Do you want to read it or not? Should we say bye to the kids first? Thanks for watching. See you soon.